Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of On the Mic with Mike. I'm your host, Mike Larkin, and joining me today is an adult star content creator and a hell of a talent at that, the one, the only Miss Callie Taylor. How are you, Callie?
Hi, I'm doing good.
First and foremost, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. I will say this, looking at your work and looking at your overall body of how you apply your craft, so to speak, I've always looked at it like this, man. The adult entertainment industry, porn, any form of, dare I say, a form of entertainment or form of craft, it's an art form, man, and you're definitely painting it very well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Very welcome. I mean, in today's day and age, we always talk about sex sells and how really everything that really showcases one's sexuality and voluptuosity. I think you can agree with me. I mean, even look at it like this, where porn was in the 80s, 90s, even in the 2000s, the 2010s, and now in 2026, a lot of stuff's really involved, and there's a lot of ways to really people can expand their horizons and, dare I say, let their freak flag fly, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's come a lot just from I don't know, just like you said, like the 80s. It's crazy seeing how everything has evolved over time.
I mean, what's great about it too is I've always looked at it like this, and there's storytelling, and then there's actions. Like when you watch a movie, like I remember back in the day, and I'll take it back for all the Bruce Willis fans out there. Like Live Free or Die Hard, when that came out in 2007, it was mostly the plot was just about okay, Bruce Willis's daughter gets kidnapped. You have these guys over here that want to take out the White House. Then you have this one over here who's a hacker. But he gets himself in trouble. So there's story to it, but at the same time, you're like, I just want to see Bruce Willis fuck people up in bomb shit. Like, there's a lot of different elements that go into the storytelling of an adult entertainment scene.
Yeah, that's so true. There's like just so many different things you don't even think about. Like, because like before I even got into it, I had no idea what it was about. And so I was just like, oh my gosh.
Is it one of those things too where I think porn has always kind of had like a poo-poo around it, and what I mean like about that is like everything that was once taboo is now I mentioned is more like into the limelight because I think with how OnlyFans and ManyVids and loyal fans and all these sites are around now, people are accumulating money, they're making their business thrive, but also at the same time too, content creation is not as once taboo and as kind of like foreign as it was back in the day. People are more accepting to it, and we're starting to become more open-minded than we were back in the day.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like from my perspective, I think a lot of people are definitely more open-minded. I think there's still like a loop we need to jump over that they do need to be a bit more open-minded and people are kind of like, oh, she only got here because she does this or that. Like I think that is still a bit of a taboo, but other than that, I think the adult industry has come a long way for sure.
Listen, the great Paul Rudd said in The 40-Year-Old Virgin, this is it, Boner Jams '03. These are some of the scenes I was really looking forward to in the summer of 2003. Like stuff like that. I mean, I think in today's day and age, I mean, we even saw it in popular culture. For those that remember MTV's Room Raiders, like they had to get the spy kit. Who left the porn VHS in the TV, for God's sake? So we see it influenced in so many different ways. And I think from where we were to where we are now, like you mentioned, there's stuff that goes in front of the camera, behind the camera, the lighting, the setting that really makes up great content and great scenes. I think people have always just had that misconception of, oh, it's just sex. It's like, no, there's more
Hmm.
that goes into it. Like there's a lot that really goes into the said production and presentation.
Yeah, I agree. Like there's stuff that goes on besides like behind the scenes that you would have like no idea about. And there's also stuff like on camera that like you would be like, oh, it's just like acting and stuff like that. But there's a lot more that goes into it than just acting and, playing a part on a screen. I think there's so many different aspects to it people don't even realize. And I think that's what makes it so fun for me because it's like, oh, I get to incorporate all these things that I know about and then put it on screen. Like it's so much fun. I love it.
I got to tell you, you were definitely one of the cutie beauties right here doing your day.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I think looking at your stuff, I think you encompass what I like to call the RDSA, the real deal sex appeal vibes that a lot of you
Yeah.
do. For you, is that kind of like just like when I look at your stuff, it's very cutesy, but it's very sensual at the same time. If you could really like do the layers of that, that works perfectly. So for you, is it kind of like just come natural to you? Have you always been like that? Dare I say, as we all as teens into our adulthood, showcase a very sensuality, become that sweet, sweet fantasy baby like Mariah Carey once saying? Is it really just come natural to you?
Yeah, I think to me it's like pretty natural just because like a lot of my character on like in like adult film is definitely how I feel like in real life. Like, I don't know, I'm very down to earth, I'm very sweet, very caring. So honestly, just like when I go on set, I'm just like basically myself and a lot of people love that and I love that. So it's been super fun and like I feel like I definitely girl next door trope, but I love that. So it works out for me pretty well.
Listen, number one, there's nothing wrong with the girl next door. We all love
No.
And number two, all right, I'll compare you like this, and I say this with the utmost sincere respect. Look at it like this. Back in the late 90s, we had Britney Spears, we had Christina Aguilera, you had Mandy Moore. Who didn't love Mandy Moore? Because Mandy Moore was like the girl next door out of the three of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and that's the ultimate compliment. I mean, when you had Mandy Moore come out with Candy, Missing You Like Candy, and she had more like the babyface bubblegum stuff to her, which is cool. I think if you add that sweetness, but also have that little edge to it, it really adds a lot. And like you mentioned, your professionalism and your authenticity, that definitely shines through within your films. And I think that really says a lot about you as a person. So that's love and respect and kudos, my friend.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I mean, in today's day and age, we need a lot of that. And I got to tell you something right now. If y'all have not checked out Kallie on Instagram, which you should, because you are a great follow.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I've seen a lot of your photos. I got to tell you, you make a hell of a Malibu Barbie. My goodness gracious. Hello.
Thank you. Yes, I love Barbie.
I got to put this into the forefront, man. It's like back in the day with Disney in 2000, life size. You're like a friggin' doll come to life, man, with Tyra Banks doing things back in the day. I dug it. I mean, is that one of the things that also kind of inspires you? Because I look at it from a day and age like this. Barbie, as much as it could be cliche with how you look from the imagery and the aesthetic standpoint, it still stands out. And when the Barbie musical came out, it really became even more of a standout for this newer generation.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like a lot of my ways I like relate to Barbie, and like even in the movie, like I think I relate to Barbie a lot. So I don't know. I kind of love like, oh, Barbie's like always like pretty, but she's also like, you know, super smart and does like a lot of different things. So I relate to Barbie a lot.
It's the independent woman type of vibe, but also at the same time too, I think a lot of people don't realize like Barbie also empowers like strength and unity and also fun and stylish vibes. It's kind of like back in the day when the girls had the Bratz, the BRATZ, if you will, like the old Bratz commercials and stuff that we would see back in the day. You had a little style, finesse, and dare I say pizzazz. So I think if you can incorporate that, I think you're golden at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. I think like a lot of different aspects of Barbie definitely apply to me and like so many different people. So I love Barbie.
I got to tell you, we love you for loving Barbie, my dear. I look at it from a stance like this. So for you, and I have to ask this wholeheartedly because everybody has their starting point, everybody has their story, and everybody has their journey. What kind of do you decide, you know what, I'm going to gravitate towards the adult side of things. I'm going to gravitate towards content creation. What was kind of like the driving factor that made you go that route?
So basically, I Googled how to become an adult star. And like this site came up and it like gave you a lot of information and stuff, but I was just like kind of screwing around one day and like I was already like interested in doing camming and stuff, and like I did enjoy doing that, but for the most part I knew I wanted to do something a little bigger than that. So that's when I decided to start to doing the adult stuff and the videos. But I did Google how to become an adult star.
Can I just say, first and foremost, I have had the privilege, and I include you in these sentiments as well, to interview a lot of different people of all facets of life, including the adult entertainment industry. And I can honestly say, in the 10 years, going on 11, that I've been doing podcasting, I think that's the first time I've ever had an adult content creator say, I Google searched how to become a porn star. That is awesome. But you see, you know what? First of all, Google is your friend, and
it was my friend at the time. Yes, I don't recommend like anymore probably doing that, but
all right. Well, we're gonna get into some wrestling too, but I also
yes.
We'll quit it like this. You're kind of like the Chelsea Green of the adult entertainment industry.
Yes.
I'll tell you why. Because Chelsea Green, when she was talking about becoming a wrestler, she said, "I just Googled the wrestling schools that were in my area." So I mean, it helps. It helps.
Everyone has to start somewhere. Everyone has to, you know, figure it out somehow. That's how I figured it out.
Absolutely. And I mean, from the camming side of things, I also think that's really cool too. I've always said this and I've admired it because you have to think like it takes a lot of courage, perseverance, and dare I say tact and confidence to just put yourself out there nude on camera. And might I say the body is an art, both internally and externally. But that does take a lot of confidence and strength because a lot of people don't really, have that to be just like, oh my God, I'm going to be naked on camera. Some people have a lot of strength to really don't go and do that for the camming side.
Yeah, I agree. Like when I was like thinking about it, I was like, okay, I'm going to be out there for like everybody to see. I really had to think about like, okay, do I really want this? And like, honestly, I knew it was something I wanted to try. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're going for it. And I'm really happy that I did. I'm very, very happy I did.
It's the do it yourself mentality, because you have yourself, you only have one life to live. And I think at the end of the day, too, two things that I always like to say, I think you can agree with me on this, Miss Callie. It's the two S's, safe and spectacular, because you're doing your craft safely, but you're also applying it in spectacular fashion. That also goes back to testing, because I mean, testing is a big part of what you guys do and what you gals do. So it's one of those things where a lot of it really takes heed to your brand and your entity and business that goes into what you want to do.
Yeah, there's so many aspects of like the adult industry you don't even think about, and like especially me just like kind of getting into it. I was like, "Oh, is this gonna be like this or this or this?" Like I had no idea, and then just going into it and like I feel like I kind of got open arms. So it was really awesome to try new things. I was like, definitely something new I tried.
I think in today's day and age, I mean, I think you can agree with me, but like how the community is, and I say that wholeheartedly with the emphasis on the word community. When you see people go to Exoticas and the AVNs, it's the Emmys, it's the Grammys of the adult entertainment industry. That such has an importance, a significance, if you will. Like it's great to see the people come together, but also you get to network with a lot of great stars and really put out a lot of great scenes from all that networking.
I agree. Yeah, I've met like so many people through the adult industry and just like just the adult industry in general, like the club. Like I've met so many different people, so many different walks of life, like you said earlier. And so it's so much fun to see like where people come from, where they started, and like why they're into it and how they enjoy it. And I've made like so many friends through the adult industry. So I'm very lucky I ended up in a nice industry.
Absolutely. And I think today's day and age where we had the sex, drugs, rock and roll of the 80s, and I mean, even the 90s to an extent, I think nowadays, I think a lot of people are seeing it, and not like they didn't back in the day, but the porn industry and you as yourself, you're your own entity, you're your brand and your business. And I think at the end of the day, too, it's one of those things where a lot of people could really go this way to make money and do this and do that. But I think if you're really inspiring somebody, because I think at the end of the day, Callie, we all exist to inspire as people. If you can bring the confidence out of a young woman or anyone in general, that brings a lot for them to really open up and put themselves out into the forefront. I think a lot of people don't even realize like who you can gravitate towards and how much evoking emotions you can have for a lot of people to be inspired.
Yes, I definitely agree with that as well. Like, I think that like there's so many different people that come up to me at conventions, whether it's like fans or just other creators, and everyone's pretty sweet, to be honest. And like, it is nice knowing you inspire other people, like whether that be just like because you're showing yourself on camera, you're like some sort of like public entity, I guess, to some extent. I think it definitely shows, and it's nice to be able to relate to people in that context. And it's also just nice to like express your sexuality because like that's a lot of the adult industry for me as well is just expressing yourself and showing the world like, okay, this is what I can do, this is what I like, putting it out there, people liking it. I think that's important as well.
The late great George Michael once sang "I Want Your Sex, I Want Your Love" back in 1987. Then he came out with "Fast Love" in '96. I've always looked at it like this: when it comes to the sensual side of things, and I can tell you right now, and I'll admit it, I'm a sexual person on my own right, as we all are. I think from where I was probably at like 18 when I graduated high school 15 years ago to where I am now, 33, going on 34. I think if you don't try anything or if you don't expand or really spice things up, doesn't matter if it's your relationship, your foundation, or anything, even in the bedroom. I think that adds on a whole new life to what you want to experience essentially and opens up to you and some things that you never thought were possible and to explore. I think you definitely get a spiritual taste, but you also get a sensual taste of just who you are and your being. And that goes a long way within your journey.
Yes, I definitely agree with that as well. I think a lot of your journey is like even in like just sexually or general, it's just like finding who you are and like expressing it in a healthy way and being able to like, express your emotions and kind of display what you're actually like. Like at least for me on camera, I like to like explain what I actually like within the films and that kind of thing. So it's definitely nice to be able to like have that platform to express my emotions and like show all this stuff like maybe I didn't get to do during high school and now like years later I'm getting able to do that stuff. So it's like it's very important that I show that side of myself as well because like I'm a very sexual person as well. So kind of all just came together one day and I was like, let's just do this.
I've always been very open in saying this. And first of all, I love that answer. That was beautifully said, my man. It's one of those things, too, where I've always looked at it like this. Even when I was younger, and I had a relationship with a young lady. So, and I'll say this right now, we were coworkers at the time. I was 19 and she was 26. Yes, I know, age difference. But the thing, too, is I always looked at it like that. Even for the short time that was, like, it was fun because we got to really, expand on one another's horizons and sensuality. And I've always looked at it like this, too, with anyone that I'm in with life. It doesn't matter the shape or size. If I'm emotionally connected, if I'm physically connected, that's the whole thing to me. And I think today's day and age with how modeling is, where we see a lot of things from the BBW side of things, where we see everything in general, I think we have so many beautiful women out there just going out there and showing what they got. If you say, dare I say, shake what your mama gave you. But stuff like that, as much as it's cliche and as blunt as it is, it's stuff that really showcases a lot of beautiful women. I've being and speaking from experience, I love all women, and that really translates with a lot of people.
Yeah, like I think that it's important to note, like there's so many different categories in the adult industry. Like there's probably a category for every single thing you could think of. Like, I don't know, like it can just expand to so many different areas. I think that's what's so important about the adult industry right now is there's not just like one popular topic. There's like a million different things you can do, a million different things you can sell. So that really sticks out to me. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's very exciting, but at the same time, it's like definitely a competitive industry as well.
Oh, agreed. And I think that goes with anything in life. There's a variety and there's a spice of life. And I've always said this, like we just mentioned the different shapes and sizes of women. Like we saw so many different women back in the day. Even look at MTV with the spring break in Cancun. You saw so many beautiful models walking down there. You see so many women in general. I think it really does show within popular culture and today's culture that anybody can just do what they want to do. And like I mentioned, they exist to inspire. I also think we can be the best representation of our presentation, so to speak. We represent ourselves well and we present ourselves well.
I agree with that 100%. Like, I feel like I'm definitely very authentic within like my sexuality and just being myself, like on camera or off camera. So I think it definitely translates very well. And it's like way easier to just play yourself, anyways.
Well, speaking of playing yourself, we got to talk about these awesome scenes because I got to
Yes.
say, first and foremost, one I have to put out, we got to talk about Bible study. You were in Celestina and just, all right, I'm going to tell you this straight up right now before we get into this, and this will show my age. I remember as a teenager, there was this adult entertainer by the name of Ginger Lee. So Ginger Lee, I can't believe we're going to talk about this, but I'll mention this because it has to do with the history of, like, we're talking about the evolution of porn. So there was a scene that she did, and it was just her coming up to like the door. Think of like Jehovah's Witness meets like those religious, like, and they invites her to the house, and she's like, "We got to have the good word. You got to spread the good word." And it's supposed to be like a Bible, and then it turns into this passionate sex scene. But the cliffhanger at the end was that it's a role play scene, and this is just stuff that they did on their anniversary. And I'm like, okay, that's creative because they didn't give that little inkling to the end of the scene. And I'm like, okay, you had me because I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of different in fantasy wise, and then it turns out it's a big role play. This scene that you did with the Bible study, I dug it because number one, y'all looked fabulous. Number one,
Thank you.
you're welcome. But number two, very hot, very passionate, very authentic. Can we talk about this? Because y'all really nailed this.
Yes, we had so much fun, and honestly, I have to give a lot of credit to Celestina and Will Pounder because, like, if I had not worked with them, I think it could have gone very different. But definitely the passion from both of them was like super exciting. It helps like that Celestina is actually into women, so that was amazing, and just getting to work with like two amazing people on set was incredible, and the chemistry couldn't have been better. Like, I feel like we all really hit it off, and like we were joking on set all day, so that was super fun as well. But Will's adorable, I love him, and Celestine is also gorgeous, so it was lovely to work with like two like pretty big name superstars. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, I have to say, it's definitely one of my favorites of yours. It definitely really raises up the stakes of just, and a lot of people don't even realize like a Bible study or like even Catholic type of vibes or even, dare I say, schoolgirl stuff. And it always goes back to like Britney Spears and Baby One More Time. It's like if you have that cutesy vibe to it, but you also amplify the sensuality and you amplify your character, that really goes a long way. And this scene really did it all. I think you all really, you understood the assignment. It's pretty much to put in the bluntest of terms.
Literally, yeah. Like it was so much fun. I love playing the girl next door. I love playing like a schoolgirl because like it's so true to me. Like it's so true to what actually I am. So it fits in very well to what I actually do. So I'm like, oh perfect. Like I don't even have to act. Like I just be myself.
I always look at it from a stance like this. Besides even the like schoolgirl stuff, I think one of my favorite stuff that you've done, man, you can play the hell out of a stepdaughter. You can do any type of role play. It really does vibe to it because, again, another common fantasy. But I think the way that you also play the stepdaughter role really shines through not only to your character and you, but it definitely has an appeal for a lot of people that have amazing hot stepdaughters, and you definitely identified that perfectly.
Yes, I love I get a lot of requests like even in my personal life, like to just to be a stepdaughter or be like a student or something. And so definitely it comes out and I can turn it on. Like, I don't know, I love it. I love playing those roles. They're so much fun too. Like I have a blast doing all of those kind of things.
It's kind of like the plot to a movie that you would see on like Lifetime or Tubi, where the husband cheats on the like with the daughter or something like that. And no, and it's not even like to be funny, but like you see a lot of that nowadays because it's so common. Like a lot of people don't even realize like stuff, the art that imitates from the movie side of things to the sensual side of things with the adult entertainment industry works. Like I remember back in the day, and if I find it, I'll definitely send it to you because it's definitely a hot one. So Spider-Man, when that first came out, Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst has that infamous kiss scene, right? So what they did was they flipped the script on it, so to speak. There was a movie called Spider Babe, and she was the one, much like Peter Parker in that role, gets bit by the spider. But the twist on it is she starts having sex with the people that she saves. So it's stuff like that where they added like hero friggin' saliva Nickelback Spider-Man 2002 mixed with porn, and you get this cornucopia of Spider Babe. So there's a lot to really work with. I know it may sound cheesy, but it works at that time.
Yeah, I think a lot of the things like, you know, they do apply to real life and that's why people love it because like so many tropes like stepsister, tutor, like all these things like happen in real life. So it's fun to play those and like be like, "Oh my gosh, this is like kind of like real life." It's fun for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there were sites that I remember as a teenager, like, and I don't know if you recall any of these, but for the listeners who might be taking it back for the nostalgia trip, there were My First Sex Teacher, there was My Friend's Hot Mom, there was one called Naughty Office, there was one called Naughty Bookworms, which kind of like tied into the My First Sex Teacher vibes. I think they had such a great overall, dare I say, story and presentation of like the Hot for Teacher Van Halen vibes. And I think for those type of films, even 20 plus years later, stuff like that still holds up because you see a lot of stuff that's really timeless.
Yes, 100%. Like, I think that, you know, people love real things. They love like these fantasies. And I think if you can play it out, more power to you, like for sure.
And I definitely say you are definitely part of many fantasies, and you definitely hold that part up. You definitely do an amazing job on that front.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Speaking of an amazing job, we got to talk about this Iowa Playhouse. I just had her on the show, the amazing Stephanie Love. Y'all have such great chemistry. Y'all two are just some beautiful, amazing, beautiful, amazing, talented ladies. Talk about this because y'all two have great chemistry.
So Stephanie is my best friend and I love her so much. I love her. I've known Stephanie since I was 18. She was one of my first OnlyFans videos, and so I've been a massive fan of hers. I've been very close to her, and she's someone I like look up to a lot and respect a lot. And I can only ever say good things about her because she's amazing and beautiful, and she's just an amazing best friend overall.
I think that's the amazing part because we mentioned community earlier. I think meeting someone like that in the family, so to speak, of just best friends having your back, your ride or dies, so to speak. I think regardless of the fact that you have so much great things from the scene wise, I think those type of things are just moments and memories created. And I think that's wonderful that y'all have that type of friendship. I mean, y'all got some comedy shows coming up too, right? I think I saw a little.
Yes,
Tell us
yes,
about
yes. We have a show at I believe it's like Elliot's Tavern or Tavern, gosh, name, but same thing basically. Yeah, we have a comedy show at Emmett's Tavern in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know the exact address, but yeah, March 29th, I believe. We're super excited for that. Should be fun. She's always Stephanie, like I love her to death, and she's always putting us in some fun things. So that was our fun thing of the month was we're doing a comedy show this month.
So I gotta ask, with first of all, with her sense of humor and your sense of humor, I think it's definitely going to vibe with a lot of people. And I think comedy is the best advice of life, but also at the same time too, I think nowadays, especially what's going on with today's political and social climate, we all need a laugh.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like we all need to just chill out and relax and enjoy life a little bit. But yeah, I think our comedy is going to be super fun. I personally never done a comedy show, but I'm excited to give it my best shot.
I think you'll do well. I mean, I think what goes right into it is like we talked about the authenticity, but I think the wit and I think the entertainment factor, and dare I say the quips, I think you guys are
Yeah,
really gonna nail it. I definitely can't wait to see it.
thank you. I'm excited. It should be a super fun show. Yeah, we're stoked.
And I will say this, speaking of stoked, now the great Stephanie Love, and once again, shout out to Stephanie, amazing, beautiful person, much like yourself. So I did find out from her that you are a big wrestling fan. So
Yes.
okay. So we're gonna get to the wrestling portion of this. So I have loved wrestling ever since I was 10 years old. The first time I ever saw Jeff Hardy juking and doing his thing, I was hooked. Like the tables, ladders, and chairs, the feud that he had with his brother, the match that he had with The Undertaker, and the ladder match on Raw. For you, what is it about professional wrestling? What kind of gravitated you towards that side? When did you become a fan? Do you recall the exact moment?
So I actually won tickets to a Friday night SmackDown through my orthodontist. They had like a raffle for SmackDown and I won. So, and I didn't know anyone besides John Cena at the time. This was like 2013. So I went and I became obsessed. I'm talking like I love it so much. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Well, I will say this: you are a woman for my heart, ma'am. No, it's the thing too, and people have always, you know what I truly hate, and I've always said this: if you need to tell me that I know that it's, you know, it's fake, right? Like we know it's predetermined. You don't have to keep coming at that with this. We enjoyed the show like y'all enjoy your shows. You do realize like it's TV. Like there are other shows out there that have storylines. Like a lot of the reality TV is fake, so it's like you're not really telling us anything to insult us, so to speak.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just like, oh, it's so fake. And yeah, it is like to some extent, yeah, it's acting, but like your favorite movies aren't real either. So it's like, it's silly to me.
I always laugh because there was a gentleman, if I find the video, I'll send it to you because it was hilarious. There was a gentleman by the name of Danny Bacard. He has his own wrestling show and he talks about other different sports. And somebody commented on his video because this is when Cody and Roman was really getting to Cody finishing the story at WrestleMania with The Rock and Seth Rollins. And everybody was enthralled with it because they wanted to see Cody Rhodes finish the story. And he would get comments on his YouTube about like, oh, two grown men being this excited about wrestling. And it's like, dude, you watch Game of Thrones and Westeros is not a real place. And might I say Game of Thrones is a very popular franchise, but at the same time too, do y'all know like Westeros is not a real place, to be completely honest? It's like, so what are we doing here?
No, I know. Like I think that people think that I get heated when they say wrestling is fake and like I don't, but I am just like look at it like look, like you like different movies, you like different games, like all that stuff's like kind of made up. So
Now, mind you, and I say this about the girls that watch it too, because we have a lot of great female wrestling fans, including yourself, and I'm putting yourself in these sentiments. But there are a lot of women out there. It's like they watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. I'm like, you know how fake The Bachelor and The Bachelorette?
Yeah.
But I've always looked at it like this. When you look at professional wrestling as a whole, there's so many different companies out there. There's AEW, there's TNA, and WWE and TNA have that relationship now. You have AEW, like I mentioned, you have MLW, you have the indies. Like wrestling has really been booming with a lot of the stuff out there now. There's many women's promotions coming out. There's overseas. You're really seeing a lot of great boom within professional wrestling.
Yeah, there is so many different aspects of wrestling. There's so many different companies to go to watch. I think it's beautiful how it all just kind of like evolved and like yeah, certain companies might not get along with each other, but I think it's important to note like at the end of the day they're all having one goal and that's to like enjoy wrestling and showcase wrestling. So I think it's incredible and I absolutely love it.
I'm right there with you. I mean, AEW has Revolution coming this Saturday night with MJF and Adam Page and the Texas Death Match. Like, there's a lot of story build there from a year ago. You got FTR on the Young Bucks. You have so many great things on this card. And I mean, it's one of those things. It's WrestleMania season. We got CM Punk and Roman Reigns. We got friggin' Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. We got a lot of people coming back. Like, I got to tell you, this is always one of the most exciting times for professional wrestling fans.
Yeah, it's like our Super Bowl, like, is what I tried to explain to Stephanie. I'm like, "Listen, like, I have to go. It's the Super Bowl, like, I love it." So, it's an exciting time. I think we're seeing both companies, like, and just any company in general, create, like, such captivating storylines that it is, like, something that's so easy to get invested in and just enjoy and a little escape from reality if you must.
Agreed, and that was perfectly and eloquently said. I like your style. Now,
Thanks.
you're very welcome. Now, for you with John Cena, how you know what it is too? I remember going to Madison Square Garden in 2003, watching John Cena during the Word Life. This is basic thugonomics trend, and then of course to the Chain Gang, and then to Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect. How crazy is it that after 23 years on the main roster, that he's gone now, which is just
It's weird to me, like, he's such, like, a staple, so I'm just like, "What's going on?" And, like, so many of my favorites, like, AJ Styles just, announced the retirement, and I'm just like, "This is crazy," like, it makes me feel old. I'm not even that old, but I'm just like, "Oh my god, this is insane," like, it's sad to see, but at the same time, like, they did create such a legacy, and they created a path for a lot of other people, so, love John Cena.
first and foremost. You're talking about you're not that old. Now you're making me feel even. No, I'm kidding. It's totally fine. It's how you feel at heart. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things too. Like I remember my first time ever watching AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, if you will. For those who are new to wrestling, if you really want to watch a lot of good wrestlers to be influenced by, AJ Styles is definitely on the top of that list. I remember as a kid, like TNA had their second anniversary show in 2004, and it was AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy for the X Division Championship. Like just seeing him work, the movements, the drop kick, the forearm, the Styles clash, everything that he did. He was so fluid. He was so entertaining. Like he could be serious, he could be funny. He just had so much depth to his character. And I think for his last match with Gunther and where they're going with Gunther now for the story progression as him now known as the career killer, it makes sense. But I got to tell you, it hits you right in the heartstrings. I mean, then you see Frankie Kazarian Abyss and everybody on his friggin' like last night in Georgia. Oh, broke me right here, right here.
Yeah, a lot of it, like, I think you do get sucked into storylines, and that's what makes it so fun for me, is, like, there's always something new going on. Like, yeah, there are storylines, like, drag out over time, but I think it's still fun to, like, get invested in, and it's fun to, like, have favorite ones and to watch their careers evolve and, like, obviously retire as well, which is really sad. But I love to get hooked into that and watch different ones and just kind of see how they evolve over time and, like, different storylines develop. It's something that's certainly enjoyable for a lot of people.
Agreed wholeheartedly. Now I got to ask you, are you looking forward to CM Punk and Roman Reigns? I'm going to bury you next to your father. You looking forward to
I'm excited to see it. I think it's crazy it's even happening right now. I'm very shocked by everything going down. Like I was shocked to see like I was hoping for some CM Punk and Seth Rollins action, but I don't know if we can cross that bridge yet.
You know what it is too, and it's unfortunate to see people like the Braun Breakers and the Bronson Reeds get injured. I mean, with what we got now, we got Seth Rollins in the Vision. There's LA Knight in the mix. The Usos punching CM Punk last night on Raw as of this recording, which was just epic to see. It's really interesting compared to what we had last year. I think the build is sweet. And I think what it was for me last year was it was weird. I thought it was kind of like 13 years too late for the John Cena heel turn. And trust me, I loved him as the basic economics heel. But when you're doing this and he's talking about the toxic relationship with the fans, and I'm like, bro, you were the one talking about rise above hate, like, and it didn't bother you, and you're just into it. You're for the kids. And now you're just being a complete and utter asshole. And then the Randy Orton thing, like Randy Orton's talking about John Cena. How dare you talk about my father? And it's like, it's really interesting to see the roles reverse because that's who a lot of us grew up with. But at the end of the day, too, it's also, you think logically, it's like, hey, Randy, you dumbass, you friggin' punted John Cena's father in the head and you're talking about his father. Like, what are we doing here? But at the same time, too, you do get invested in and captured. What were your thoughts on the John Cena heel turn?
I thought that was insane. And then I was just like so confused. Like I think it just shocked everyone, to be honest with you. Like it was just like this is someone like our childhood hero and now he's turning heel and going crazy. Like this is just really weird.
You know what it was too, I think for me? Like it's interesting because I know we mentioned Cena and Randy Orton, and then he's in there with CM Punk, and the fact that he made CM Punk go all the way to Saudi Arabia, which I thought was hilarious to do that. But like they told such good stories with people that we know him for and some of his greatest rivals. The Brock Lesnar match was what it was. I would have liked to see him get his lick back, so to speak. But hey, it made sense from what we saw with 2014. Have you been excited to see Brock come back and do the open challenge, or how you been feeling about the Brock Lesnar thing?
I am not a fan of Brock Lesnar, personally, respectfully.
I'm clapping it up right here for that. I am.
I don't like Brock Lesnar, not a fan.
First of all, I know why. And number two, no, I had to bring that up because it's so funny to me because I always say this about people. I remember as a kid when Brock Lesnar beat The Rock for the Undisputed Championship at SummerSlam, like his young days, like when he first came into the WWE, I'm like, oh my God, this dude's a beast. But I think over time, with what we know with certain allegations and certain lawsuits and everything going on, I got to tell you, it has made me not only detest him, but I think at the end of the day, too, I get his strong and I get the money that he produces, but at the same time too, I am of the opinion that 3 years ago when he lost to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, that should have been kaput. But if this is going to be his final year, let's just get it over with already, number one. And number two, in a way, and I'll say this wholeheartedly, we really don't need Brock Lesnar in the WWE in 2026, if that makes sense.
No, we don't. First of all, we don't need Brock Lesnar in 2026. Second of all,
yes,
his views are nuts. And like he's a crazy person, I'm gonna be honest. Like I think he's nuts, and I think that he says he's leaving and then he comes back again, and I don't know why.
Thank you. First and foremost, I don't mean to laugh, but that was
he comes back like an ant. Like he's like a fly in the wall. He's always there, he's always watching. And he gets mad. He ggets mad about the dumbest stuff. So
first and foremost, I love you for that. I really that put a huge smile on my face, that response. But no, it's so true because it's like, you know what it was like? Okay, the Cena stuff I get for the retirement, but I'm just like, do we really need to see him in like Royal Rumble again? Do we need to see him over here? All right, he's in War Games because he's with Paul Heyman and that, fine. But it's like, I really don't need to see this. And the problem that really pissed me off, and I get it because like he beat The Undertaker and The Undertaker's streak, but I'm like, bro, you ain't The Undertaker. Like, why are we doing this? You ain't The Undertaker. Why are we doing this as the open challenge? Like it was, and Paul Heyman's really selling it, and I get it, and I love Paul Heyman. But he's like, there was the main match, and then there was the Undertaker's match. I'm like, but Brock Lesnar ain't the Undertaker. When it was the Undertaker, it had the special aura and feel because it was the Undertaker. He's not the Undertaker. Sorry, but that's true.
No, they push him constantly, and I'm just like, I don't get it personally. Like personally, I don't understand, but I know a lot of people enjoy him. That's their vibe. But I feel like he keeps coming back. We keep seeing the same stuff from him over and over and over. I think it is a little overused and it's a little annoying. So that's my thoughts on Brock Lesnar.
Oh, you're totally fine. You know what I think it was for everybody? I think you can concur. I think the wrestling style changed because when he first came in, he was doing more. And then all of a sudden, it's just suplex, F5 done. That's like, how many times are we going to see this for the last, like,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, especially in like his WrestleMania matches, like it just felt like the same stuff, or it's either like a super long match or it's a super short match, and it just doesn't make sense. Like that whole feud with Roman, that thing was nuts. Like it just dragged on, and I think people were just like, okay, there's so many other great things happening in WWE. Like let's focus on those other things right now. But people just, I don't know. He's always gonna be there, I guess.
I always looked at it from a stance like this and moving past Brock Lesnar. Ugh. And I don't mean to do that, but it's so. And I don't think I've ever felt like that, just like in general. But I think with how they pushed him, I think Rhea and Jade's actually going to be really good. I think Rhea Ripley and Jade with the powerhouse stuff. Like the promo was good on SmackDown. I know they had some social media exchange. Are you looking forward to Rhea and Jade?
I am, yes. I'm super excited for that. But personally, I'm definitely most excited for Stephanie versus Liv. I'm excited for that one for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
So Stephanie Vaquer, for a lot of how good is she? Number one.
She's incredible. I love her. And like the fact she just like basically knows little to no English and then just applies all of that and then does amazing. Like that's just that blew my mind away. I was like, I love her.
Here's the thing: she's learning English rapidly, but also she's not a bad promo. Like she's really not a bad promo at all. She's really good, and like the wrestlers there, like Liv Morgan is the perfect heel to go against you. So, are you going Vaquer or are you going Liv? Personally, with everything that's going on with the Judgment Day, I got to go Vaquer in this one.
Yeah, I'm going Vaquer too, just because like I'm just so invested in her. I think she has so much potential. I think like there's so much she could do that she hasn't even like been able to do yet. So I would love to see her, you know, like continue to hold the gold. Hopefully we'll see, you know, I don't know, but walkout champion at WrestleMania, that'd be incredible. I think it would mean a lot to her as well.
And are you looking forward to, it looks like we're going towards the Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu vibe. Not that I mean, are you looking forward to Fatu?
I think I want Jacob Fatu to win just because I love the bloodline. I've been really invested in that story, but I could go both ways with that one. I'm not like terribly invested, but I think I could go both ways with that one.
Fair enough. I think it's so interesting to me, besides our detest for Brock Lesnar. All right, the entire card thus far definitely has a lot of potential. And I think with what we have right now, especially with so many different variables, first of all, the fact that we got AJ Lee back as the Women's Intercontinental Champion in 2026 is just mind-blowing. Just to see AJ Lee, still looks great, by the way, doing her thing, right?
Oh yeah, AJ is incredible. Like AJ's been my favorite since I was little, so I'm just like, I love her. More power to her. I think she's incredible, amazing, and definitely super excited to see her as well. And like, I can't believe she's champion. Like that was just like mind blowing. And when she came back, I was like just freaking out. I was so excited to see her.
It's stuff like that. Like I know she's on a part-time basis, they said, but I think she's making the most of it. The Becky Lynch feud has been fun. I like the, it's not just me saying it, Sports Illustrated saying it, this person says it, that person says it. Becky has really evolved her heel like tactics, and it's really showcased her overall depth, like we mentioned. But it's stuff like that too, man. It's like I even look at the AEW side of things, like we mentioned MJF and Hangman Adam Page. Like you have so many women like Chris Statlander and Tekla doing their thing now on Saturday. You have so many things going, like AEW Revolution is stacked. What have you been thinking about AEW as of late?
I'm obsessed. I try to go to like every pay-per-view, but sadly will not be at Revolution. But I do try to go to every pay-per-view of AEW recently. That's been my like goal for 2026. So we'll see. But it's super fun to watch. I love AEW. I think like as a product it's really good. I think match-wise it's incredible. It blows it out of the park. I think the women's division is amazing in AEW. I think that AEW has given like a lot of women a lot of different chances to really evolve and like show who they are as people. So I love it. I'm obsessed with AEW.
No, I'm right there with you. We see so many people coming from Japan, Mexico, and all around the world. I think the fact that it popped me that we got to see the Iconics, the inspiration over there now, went from TNA to AEW. That popped me because I was always entertained by them. I mean, we got, oh my goodness, we have the Triangle Madness with Tekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. You have so many people over there. Thunder Rosa just came back. Like, there's so many different people over there that really elevate the division. And I got to tell you right now, man, a lot of the women that we have in general, and I'm going to say this, y'all are kicking our asses when it comes to wrestling and just in general. We got so many powered, high-octane women, man.
I agree. I think there's so many people in AEW that like are just absolute stars right now. I think they have like a massive platform over there. I think like even seeing people come from like WWE and then going to AEW and just like thriving over there. I think that's super cool as well. Marina Shafir definitely blew me away. I love her. Massive fan of Marina Shafir. I think that her being able to kind of like break away from the WWE stuff, really shine in AEW, become like an actual character and be influenced so much by like Moxley and stuff. I think that was super cool as well. That's my favorite thing right now.
Can we just say right now the fact that Jon Moxley being the Continental Champion, we got him and Konosuke Takeshita coming up on Saturday. Man, I'm looking forward to when Okada and Takeshita go at it, but I think what Moxley's doing now, kind of more of a babyface in-betweener type of vibe. with where he was in the Shield. I've always like followed that dude from WWE or the Indies in there, but I think what John Moxley's doing right now really showcases his badassery. And like you said, Marina Shafir has come a long way from being Shayna Baszler's lackey in NXT with Jessamine Duke and all of that there. But like, she's really elevated. The Tony Storm stuff is hilarious. Like, they have a great vibe together. Like, that's like really elevated her character, bar none.
I agree. I feel like she's evolved a lot just from where she was, and that's super inspiring for me to see. I love that, and I also think Toni Storm's hilarious and so funny, and just like anyone can work with Toni, and she's just like knows what to do, knows what to say. Like, she's absolutely so funny, and she can play so many different characters. And same for Moxley. Like, I do love when he's a heel, when he's a babyface. Like, really, you can't go wrong with him. Like, he can play both characters so well.
I mean, with Toni Storm, you got chin up, tits out, watch out for the shoe. How can you not that? But that's the stuff, too. That's the stuff, too. It's like, you never know what she's going to say. And then she's like, like that. From where she was in WWE, like, I love the NXT UK run. The NXT run was fine, but they didn't really do anything with it. And when she gets to AEW and she's working with Saraya and then she's working with Ruby Riott, Ruby Soho, like, that stuff was cool. But when she just lost the title, she went nuts. She put on the lipstick. It's like Marilyn Monroe, but to like the insane level. Like, it works perfectly. She had the accent going. It works tremendously.
I agree. I just think it took like forever for a lot of these people to find like their true characters and find out who they really are. Like, I've watched a lot of interviews of like Toni, Marina, and just like so many of them where like they weren't really like wanting to do what they wanted to do in, WWE, and then coming over there and getting to like explore it and see what they could do and unlock their full potential. I think is super fun to see. As a fan, at least, super fun to see.
Agreed wholeheartedly. I mean, if for those who are just either want to give professional wrestling a try, if you stepped away and you want to come back, I mean, we're selling you a good point here, but at the end of the day, too, if you like it, you do. If you don't, you don't. But I think if you don't give it a try, because, yes, we've come a long way from the Vince McMahon era with the bra and panties and everything. Mind you, for its time, I get it for the sensuality and the sensual vibes there, but we have so many beautiful women doing their thing and highlighting and just elevating themselves. We have so many talents right now from NXT, Evolve, and different brands out here. It's such a great expansion for professional wrestling, and we mentioned the boom period. I think right now in professional wrestling is one of the best times because you have so many outlets, you have so many ways to be you, and I think at the end of the day too, it's such an adrenaline rush for everybody to tell their stories and also just entertain people, because at the end of the day too, you're evoking emotions, you're eliciting those reactions, and that is what makes everyone go.
I agree. I think like a lot of wrestling is like definitely, like you said, evoking emotions, and that's what hooks on it for me. I'm just like, I love like an emotional storyline or something that really just like makes you gravitate towards them. So it's always fun to see. So I love that part about wrestling for sure.
Now I got to ask you, I mentioned the Vision earlier. What are your thoughts of the fact that we're now down to Logan Paul and Austin Theory and possibly them against those? I heard that laugh. Go ahead, hit it.
So I hate Logan Paul. Think he's nuts. I love Austin Theory. I am excited to see what Austin Theory is going to do. I feel like it was kind of random for him to just come and be part of this whole thing. I didn't quite understand that part, but I do love Austin Theory, and I hope he's able to do a lot more with this character. And I feel like we need some gold on Austin Theory.
So I remember the match with John Cena at WrestleMania. I remember his run with The Way in NXT with him, Johnny Gargano, Candice, and Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell and all that. My thing, too, is here's that random. This man gets injured, and injuries happen. We all know that. But the fact that you totally broke up A-Town Down Under when there was a story there, you randomly put Grayson Waller with the New Day, which still makes no sense to me. Like, how did we get Grayson Waller in the New Day? But I think him being in that spot, because he's another one who's so criminally underrated, I think he's going to make the most out of this moment. And I'm with you on Logan Paul. I will say this, as always, his wrestling ability, I will never deny the man's athleticism. But outside of that, I think he's a walking turd, to put in the bluntest of terms. He is the biggest turd cutter I've ever seen in my life. I think he's nuts. I think at the end of the day, too, he doesn't shut the fuck up, as we like to call it. He doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. And number two, I think him and his brother, being the former Disney Channel stars that they are absolutely annoying as piss. if I'm putting it in the bluntest of terms. But I'm right there with you on the football front.
Yeah, I feel like he shouldn't have even come into the wrestling world, to be honest, because like there's just no reason really. Like it's just random, and I mean, like I guess he's not for everybody, but some people do like him, and to each their own. But I personally can't get behind a lot of the things they do.
No, I can't either. And you know what it is too? I just saw the press conference. I don't know if you saw it on Netflix. Like Jake Paul's promotion, we got Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano coming up in May. Are you looking forward to that, or what do you think?
I'm so excited. I love Ronda Rousey, so yeah, she's great.
That's my thing too. And I know a lot of people gave a lot of crap about Ronda, but I remember that run in 2018, 2019 with the title. And then she came back with the title and her and Shayna as the tag champs. I think with what she did, polarizing figure, she definitely can work. She does the judo throws well. She's definitely got that background like we've seen. But I think she's definitely one who definitely draws a lot. And I think Gina Carano is going to do her thing because she's in amazing shape as well. So I've been very interested in this. I know we've seen the Jake Pauls and the Anthony Joshuas and the Jake Pauls and the Mike Tysons. But I think this one right here, and I know these women are older within their careers now, but I think they're definitely going to give us a show.
I agree. I think that like seeing them come back, like seeing Ronda come back after like having children and all of that, like I think that's incredible as well to watch. I think that she's definitely like evolving, and she is getting older, but she's showing you can still do it. You can still, do all these things, and even after going through a lot, and she's very passionate about it. She's very driven, she's very determined, and I loved seeing her in WWE as well. I thought that was a super good run. I think that was definitely controversial as well. People didn't like that. I personally loved it, but that's just me.
No, you're totally correct on that. I mean, I've always looked at it like this. People would look at a Ronda style or Shayna Baszler. I've always enjoyed Shayna's work, and a lot of people thought she was, thank you. But I think a lot of people thought she was boring. I'm like, well, what she's doing is wrestling. She's doing the submission moves. She's doing everything that encompasses a wrestler. And it may not be your style, but like we mentioned, there's different styles of professional wrestling. There's lucha libre, there's comedy, there's intergender. There's so much. But at the end of the day, too, what she does and what Ronda does is wrestling. And they're doing their crafts, holds and everything. It works. It showcases the domination. It showcases technique, and it showcases what professional wrestling is. It's old school, but at the end of the day, too, it's something that really has invented and evolved the art form of the sport.
I agree with that 100%. I feel like Shayna brings such like a unique perspective with like her judo background and Ronda's judo background, Marina's judo background. Bringing like stuff from over there from like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Obviously, I don't know much about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but just bringing that kind of style over to wrestling and to WWE. Like, I truly think they are the real four horsewomen of WWE or just UFC in general. That's again controversial, but I think they're some badass women. They deserve to be where they are, and they all bring a unique perspective to wrestling and UFC in general. So.
Are you also kind of bummed that they had that little tease during the Mae Young Classic years ago? Are you kind of bummed we never got the WWE Four Horsewomen of Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Sasha against Jessamine, Marina, Ronda, and Shayna? I'm kind of a little bummed that we never.
Yeah, I was pissed. I was like, that would have been such a perfect match. Like, even if they would do it now, like, I would be so down to watch it. I think that's something they missed and would have been an amazing feud. Like, that's like money right there, and they missed it.
I mean, at the end of the day, too, I think with what we have right now, and I mean, Mercedes Moné is doing her CEO deal and her vibes there. I mean, she just lost another title to Persephone at CMLL. So, I mean, they're starting the whole Mercedes Moné and her belt reigns are kind of like slowly going. There's a story there. I've always liked her from her work at Sasha. Like, I'll say this right now, Sasha versus Bayley from NXT TakeOver Brooklyn is one of my favorite matches ever in the history of NXT. Yeah. Like, she's so good at what she does. She could play that bitchy boss character. She could play the sympathetic baby face. But at the end of the day, too, she's another one that definitely brings a lot to it. And plus, you get to see a lot of this. I'm not doing it as good as her, but she
yeah. No, yeah, she brings a lot of stuff to the table as well. Like, they all do. Like, Becky, Bayley, Charlotte, all of them, they really kind of brought up what WWE, the women's division, is now. So I think we have a lot to thank them for. And Mercedes in general, like she does amazing as well. And she is definitely one that is a part of that women's revolution. And I think like also like that the UFC horsewomen were a big part of the women's evolution as well. So yeah.
I gotta ask you if you also been a fan of the Unreal series on Netflix or
Unreal series. Is that like the one where like they expose WWE
yeah,
and
like
stuff?
behind the scenes
I
and stuff.
haven't watched it to be honest, because like I'm scared it's gonna hurt my feelings. I'm scared I'm gonna be like, well, that's not true. That's not how I feel.
I will say this: it's very informative and it has a good look to it. I would check it out at the end of the day too. If you don't want to have your hopes up and just keep everything kayfabe and not want to know the secrets, then don't watch.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We might have to wait till we're a little less sensitive about wrestling. But
I gotta say that is probably the best answer I've had on there. I don't want to get upset. I don't blame you though, but that's a general.
It's real to me, damn it.
I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for what y'all done to your body.
Yeah, like that's so hard.
No, it is, and I mean, we've kind of seen it back in the day with MTV True Life with I Want to Be a Wrestler, and like it shows you wrestling school and seminars. Like that's fine because that's a great introduction to professional wrestling. But also at the end of the day too, like I don't want to see what goes on behind Gorilla and behind the scenes. I get it. I get your standpoint.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm probably gonna check it out now that you mentioned it.
Hey, well, I got you on that. I want to say if you want to see a lot of Rhea Ripley being awesome, you'll definitely see that.
Yes.
Now, I will say this. I mean, if you kind of reverted back to the adult entertainment industry, I think in a way you kind of wrestle, and I mean this pun intendedly, not like with maneuvers, but you kind of wrestle with everything. Like you wrestle from so many different things of just, how you want to tell your story, how you want to do your films, how you want to set everything up. It definitely is a process, but I think with how you wrestle with it and how you tell your stories, that goes a long way with adult entertainment. And I think also at the same time, too, if you really look at it through the right lens, and I've always made the joy of painting comparison. Yes, I'll go the Bob Ross route. How Bob Ross would do these paintings, like these masterpieces, right? Within a 30-minute time period where he starts out a little smidge here, and then at the end of the day, you got mountains, you got rivers, you got masterpieces. It's all how you view it through these right here, the lenses. So how you view, like Bob Ross views his paintings, how you view it through your own lens is how you really view adult entertainment and anything in life.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. I think that there's so many different ways you can look at the adult industry. It's so many different ways you can capitalize off of it. I like asked myself when I got into the adult industry, I was like, well, what do you want out of this? Like, do you want money? Do you want fame? What do you want? So I think that was something you have to like really think about when you're getting into this stuff is like, what do you want out of it? Like, do you want to inspire people? Do you want to make people feel happy? Do you want to make people feel sexy or certain emotions? Like, what is it you want out of it? And I think a lot of people need to realize, like, yes, it's an amazing way to make money, and there's a lot of different ways you can make money doing the adult industry, but there are, downfalls and that kind of thing as well. So you just definitely have to be smart about it.
And I always say this, I think at the end of the day, too, with what you look at the adult entertainment industry, how you view porn, how you view sensuality, I think in today's day and age, a lot of people kind of want to just put it to the wayside. But I've always looked at it like this. I think at the end of the day, too, you're not hurting anyone. Number one, you really aren't. And number two, you're just doing your business. You're doing what you are in your job. Because, well, at the end of the day, if you're doing a job that you love, how can it really be a job? But at the end of the day, too, you're going to really require and really put a lot of people for their services and their uniqueness and the clientele and the content. I think there's so many things not only to think about, but also at the same time too, man, it's fun. It's entertainment. If you're not having fun, then why do it?
Yeah, like for me, it's definitely like, oh, I would not be doing this if I did not enjoy it for sure. Because like, I love it. I genuinely enjoy sex work. I genuinely enjoy the adult industry. I genuinely enjoy dancing, stripping. So it's all super fun to me. And if I look at it kind of like every day, it doesn't really feel like work because I just do something I enjoy. So I do love it for that aspect. But it can be challenging. But if you have a good mindset about it, I think you can go about it in a really positive way.
I think positivity breeds positivity. And I think having the right mindset, like you mentioned, it's staying positively proactive. And I think if it all kind of channels itself together from the stripping side of things, the modeling side of things, the camming side of things, I think it all goes into who you are, your sensuality. And I've always said this, I've never judged anyone from stripping, porn, anything in general. I just view it as something that a lot of people enjoy and a lot of people love. And for me, to see a lot of beautiful women like yourself doing it, it makes a lot of us smile, and I like to see people like you shine and grind. So, I mean, we're out at the end of the day to really just put smiles on people's faces. So it definitely works to our liking, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. I think that there's like definitely good ways to go about it, and it's all about like spreading positivity and really putting your best foot forward, your best image out there, like just so many aspects of life, but the adult industry as well, because like you never know, what someone's going through and that kind of thing. And it's so fun to be able to like play certain characters and do certain things. So I think it's fun to show that through your work as well.
Absolutely, and you definitely shine through within your work, man. I can't wait to. You're welcome. I can't wait to see more of your stuff. And I gotta say this: whether it's talking wrestling or talking the adult entertainment industry, the ins, the outs, the amazing scenes, and Bible study that I can never look at the same in a good way. By the way, because it definitely hit on all cylinders. I think whether it's girl on girl or just in general your scenes, you definitely make your time, and it's definitely worth the watch.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Now, I would definitely love to have you back on the show. The overtures here. You were a blast to talk to. I really appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, it'd be super fun. I love talking, so.
First of all, you're looking at the king. Well, we could be the king and queen of talkers. I got you. We can always out talk.
I love it.
I always love asking this question too. I mean, you already gave a lot of great pearls of wisdom, but for you, I always love asking this question. What are some of the things that you are grateful for in life and within the adult entertainment industry thus far? And also, what advice would you give to a lot of the young girls that want to get into it now, whether it be stripping, camming, modeling, adult entertainment industry? We'll start first with what are some of the things you're grateful for, and then you can just tell me what words would you give to those who want to get into it.
So, okay, so some of the things I'm grateful for, definitely my friends. I have an amazing like friend group and like support in general. So I think that helps. And like that's like a driving reason behind like why I'm still so strong in the adult industry. If I didn't have those people, like who knows where I'd be now. Like they always push me and that kind of thing and, make me feel more comfortable. And so I love having a good like support group. That's super, super important for me. And it's probably what I'm most grateful for.
Beautifully said. And what advice would you give to the young ladies wanting to get up all in that?
Don't think that it's a quick way to make money because it can be, but you need to learn how to manage that money. You need to learn how to uh, promote yourself in a way that you're proud of and you're going to look back in 10, 15 years and be like, okay, I'm glad I did that, not something you're like, oh, why did I do that? It was a terrible idea, So I think a lot of people think it's a quick and easy, fast way to make money, but there are a lot of downsides. So definitely know what you're getting into first.
My goodness gracious. First and foremost, beautifully and bluntly said. Definitely adhere to the words. You're welcome, Miss Kallie. If you've not checked out her work with the likes of Adaris Quinn or Asteria Jade or the Bible study stuff, I got to say, high quality films and just high quality imagery. I got to say, you know how to take a great picture. It definitely shows your beauty and it really highlights it.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. We got a lot of amazing people out there doing their thing, and you are definitely one of them. So this is where I step back. Ladies first. It's not just the name of a Queen Latifah song. Where can we follow you on all the social media fronts? The floor is yours.
Okay, so my Instagram is Kallie, so Kallie X Taylor X2. My Twitter is Kallie X Taylor, and my OnlyFans is, if I can link that, is Kallie X Taylor as well.
Go out of your way. Definitely super fun content and super fun on the social media fronts. I got to say, your posts always bring a bright to my day. Always and everything. You definitely are a great follow. Definitely go out of your way to follow Miss Kallie Taylor for all things. You're welcome. I got to say, there's also a photo of you with, like, I think, what was it, one of the WWE Women's Championships on your Instagram?
Yes.
I popped for that wholeheartedly. I thought that was so cool.
Yes, I love it.
No, you have to. I think it's stuff like I got old belts myself too. Who doesn't love a good belt collector? And they're so good. It's the quality, right?
Yeah, no, they're really nice. Yeah, they definitely they don't break, and I like getting them signed. So
I think I still have it. If I find it, I'll definitely show it to you. So when I was a 10-year-old kid, very quick story, I went to FYE on Long Island, right? And I got to meet the Hardy Boys. And so I have their books still in my thing. I have this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So if I find it, I definitely got to show it to you. And it's actually a really good book. I think it's called, I forgot what the hell it's called, to be honest with you. But if I find it, I'll definitely show it. So Hardy Boys are definitely up there for me. Who are some of the favorite wrestlers that you got a chance to meet?
Oh, gosh. I've met Lita before. Lita's amazing. I've met AJ Lee, actually. I've met her. Maxine's one of my favorites right now. Saraya, I've met Saraya. I've met so many amazing women, but those are my favorite. I've met Marina as well, so she's awesome as well.
Great list. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. But yeah, for me, I think some of the best. I mentioned the Hardys. I actually got to meet a lot of great people. Like I think I met Lillian Garcia was definitely one who, by the
Oh, yeah.
way, who looks fantastic. Still's got the pipes, and she looks amazing from the ring announcer side of things. Wow. For you, I got to ask, because you did mention Maxine Dupree. Love me some Maxine Dupree. She has definitely come a long way. What do you think of this feud now with Natalia, or shall I say Natty? What are you thinking?
I think it's very exciting. I think that Maxine deserves to kind of show like what she can do, and she's doing it in a good way. I think. I just want to see more matches between Natty and her. So hopefully we get more of it. I love it. I think it's sad she turned on her, but like this is like Maxine's moment to like have a comeback. So yeah.
Story of the teacher versus the student, and you have Natalia not just being Natalia, she's being the vicious Natty, the heart dungeon. So I think the story's there, but a lot of people really need to just show a little more oomph to it. Like, give it a chance. Let it go. Let it breathe.
I agree. I feel like this is something we could like probably drag out a little bit and like potentially turn it into like a big match at a pay-per-view or something. I'd love for that to make that way.
Agreed wholeheartedly. And I will say this, besides another round 2 of this, you're welcome on any of my wrestling shows. We'll definitely do it up and talk some wrestling. I got you covered on that front.
Yes, that would be so much fun.
Now, before we close this out, any final words to your fans, Miss Kallie Taylor?
Thank you guys for supporting me. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to be shooting more. I've just been very busy with a lot of stuff in my life, but I will be back soon, and I'm very excited.
Well, we are excited to see what you do going forward, y'all. Follow the amazing Kallie Taylor and follow this YouTube channel, S&M Network Shows, to subscribe to On the Mic with Mike, where you can see such amazing people and amazing guests, much like this one right over here. So with that being said, as I always say to end this show, it's not just my overall, dare I say, mindset, but it's something that I truly believe in. Beauty, strength, and dominance, the 3 key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And Miss Kallie Taylor, I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed it.
Let's go.